November 1st, the beginning of November. I have pre-orders that I am waiting for, anxiously anticipating. Meanwhile, I have a buzzword book that I have chosen. It will entitle the title, which is the word never, and food on the cover. Perfect. It's Never Say Pie by Leanne Dobbs. I checked with some folks that love their cozy mysteries and found out that it's okay. You know what? Even though it's number 14 in a series, if you're just jumping into just for a little cozy in the middle of all your fantasies, it should be fine. I'm going to let that be the book that I just sort of randomly listen to and get my buzzwords all out of the way. Double challenge. I love it when I can fit one book to fit multiple things. It makes me very, very happy. Now, my coffee's done brewing. I'm going to go make my breakfast. I ran out of my Mrs. Dash. I love my Southwest Mrs. Dash, but I ran out. My local store doesn't have it, but what they did have was a great big bottle of chipotle seasoning. That's all I need. So I'm going to go and I'm going to use that. I'm going to have a tasty breakfast, have a wonderful, wonderful first cup of coffee of the day, and I'm going to work on the calendar in my book journal and also the calendar that I have for the kids for November. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to work on that too. Get that all done so that I can put that up on Monday as soon as I get there. And I have a hair appointment today. I have to remember I have a hair appointment today at 11. So yeah, it's super early. I don't even think it's like 7 yet. Or is it? I don't know. The husband's still sleeping. The cat's in the window. It's a lovely morning. Happy November.
6.5 hours later.
I'm back from the salon. I had her put in some fall tones and I'm feeling very pretty at the moment. I'm going to go and make my husband and I some lunch. I think breakfast burritos, because why not? But before I do that, I just wanted to let myself do this little clip that I actually read and finished. Never Say Pie. Those cozy mysteries are really quick reads, especially if that's all you're doing first thing in the morning. And I finished it as I pulled in to my appointment. I'm going to give Never Say Pie by Leanne Dobbs a 3 blossom. It filled my prompts. It was your typical cozy mystery, small town, New England, and I liked it. Not enough to go back and reread the entire series, but enough that I wouldn't mind picking up another cozy mystery again to fill a prompt or to just fill some time, because I do enjoy just throwing those in every now and then, just randomly. So I'm off to make some lunch. Hello on this November 2nd. It's, the afternoon. I've spent most of the morning reading Station 11. I finished it. I'm giving it 4 blossoms. Didn't find myself particularly connected to any of the characters per se, but I was enjoying the story. Enjoying is probably not the word. I was engaged. I was very engrossed in the story. I did have a little bit of a because I was worried about the fact that I only have 1 or 2 trigger warning things on the story graph that pop up, and every now and then when I see that little warning sign, I was like, what, how bad could it be? It was super minor, and I don't even remember them even discussing cannibalism, not once while I was reading this, and I think that was it. And maybe a little bit of the gore, but I didn't really find it that gory. It was very minor. I think that what kept me fully engaged in story was seeing how you have the world having this traumatic experience with illness, people are dying, and then how they go from that to having no electricity or running water, and how over the years people are starting to like try to hold on to, you know, past memories of that, but other people don't remember it at all. I think that it's interesting to see society kind of on the edges of starting to rebuild itself. And I really like the traveling symphony and how they kept communities connected through the arts. So I like that part of the book. So that is why I'm going to give it a 4 Blossom. I mean, I don't usually stay that engaged in something if I'm not connected to the characters. But in this case, that I don't know, something about the story itself and how different experiences from each character sort of tied in with a certain book, this Station 11, this story. So I liked that. Now I've already run my errands for the day, so I have no plans to go anywhere. I'm going to work on calendar for the kids for the month of November. I'm going to work on that so I can get that up when I get to work tomorrow. And then I think I'm just going to spend the rest of the day kind of chilling and maybe listening to another audiobook or two, or reading and listening to Wrath later. I've got it kind of put away, tucked away in my book sleeve at the moment. But for now, I've decided to start our book for Noria's Patreon, and they chose A Vision of Fire by Gillian Anderson and Jeff Rovin. And I had no idea that Gillian Anderson had like a sci-fi, like supernatural thriller out. I am probably the introduction and partway through the first chapter, and I am finding the fact that Gillian Anderson is the one that's narrating the book quite pleasant. So I think maybe I was on the fence about even reading this, that it's fine, it's going to be fine, and it's doable, and it's not going to interfere with the rest of my reading for the month. And yeah, I think I'm going to enjoy this. I think after reading Station 11, here I go to read something else. It's like basically Earth End Saga. I'm like thinking Earth End. I'm seeing a theme here, and it's not even intentional. It's very, very strange. But let's see how they handle some sort of weird epidemic happening in the world and things changing on Earth. Let's see. Let's see how Gillian Anderson handled that kind of thing in her writing. So I'm curious. I'm going to go and I'm going to hydrate. I'm going to find a sandwich to eat for lunch and then get back to reading and just, yeah, getting that calendar done for the kids tomorrow. So more later. I got home yesterday and this was waiting for me, but I was so tired and the power was out. That was lovely. It did come back on, but I've been waiting to open this. So here we go. Do you like that sound? It's the new Kristoff. Excuse me. Empire of the Dawn. And yes, I went all out and decided I wanted a special edition. Illustrated. Oh, so cool. I cannot wait to read this. And so I will be diving into this very, very soon. The third book in the Empire of the Vampire by J. Kristoff. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this for like since I devoured the last book. I'm so excited. Yes. I love book mail. It is November 6th Children were feral today. Kind of like, yeah, I don't know what he's talking to out there. He got out last night. Scared me. We were out there at like 9:30 at night trying to find him. He'd gone around the trailer and then out back. Lots of wooded area for him to disappear to. So my husband's walking down 201 with his flashlight, and I'm just on the steps, tears streaming down my face, going, "Buddy, come home." I was pathetic. It was pathetic. But then I heard I'm like, "Baby," and he went, "Wow." I went, "Okay, so you're not anywhere near the road." I found him. He was out back, hunkered near a bush on an embankment, just staring up at me. And I shook the bag and I said, "You want a treat?" And so he came running. Of course he wants a treat. Almost got the yummy treats. That being said, I feel if it weren't for the coyotes and the bobcats that like to make snacks of kitties, he's giving me his tail to pat. I would let him out, but no, it's too scary. Anyways, my husband made me some hot cocoa. It was very, very weak. Then I found out why. Oh yeah, that's how it's supposed to taste. When you put the full packet in. I don't know what he was thinking. He was trying to be helpful. I brought home, before I came home today, I brought home 1984 by George Orwell. Yep. So I'm going to read that this month. I don't know why. I just felt like reading throwing in a classic. Something I haven't read. I think I did Animal Farm like years ago, but I don't even really remember it. I know there were animals. I know there was a farm. That's all I retained. All right. More later. Good morning. It is November 8th. It's Saturday. Yesterday, when I got home, I had a package waiting for me. I already opened it because it doesn't have the zzz, and it's a crap to open. Now I'm going to take the book out of the bag. And I know what it is because I pre-ordered it. I know what it is. I just didn't expect it to arrive this month. So I'm really excited about this. Lover Eternal, Book 2 of the Black Dagger Brotherhood, re-released in hardback. And I can't remember if I got it signed. I think I did. Gorgeous. And I did. Oh, I did. I got it signed. So, I think the push for the publishing company to let her re-release these first 2 or 3 books is because of the Passionflix TV show. So maybe that got them moving as a promotion. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm sticking it back in the bag. Yes. But until I get it on the shelf, I want it to be safe. Whoops. Gentle, gentle. Gentle. Candy. Look at her. Look at the warden. Gorgeous lady. Got my invoice. What's in the bag? Oh, promotional stuff. So this I have pre-ordered. The 20th Anniversary Insider's Guide. I do have the first one. I think this one's going to have some extra stuff for sure. And that's coming in December. She has a store, an online store. I can get bookmarks and stuff if I want. And also a promotional card for her new series that's coming out this winter, the first of the year. I want to say January or February. And this is Romantasy, because she's friends with like Jennifer Armentrout, so it's like fantasy, kind of like Romantasy, whatever. I don't usually read romantasy because, but it's the warden. So I'm a happy girl. I don't know what my plans are for the day. I don't. Seems that the beast is awakened. So the destroyer of silence is alive. And I am watching my soaps this morning. I don't really have too much else planned. I might read more of Wrath. I think I'd like to get 50% of the way through that this weekend. And I don't know what else. I might read a little bit of 1984 and actually start that. But then I've got this other book that's underneath this other book that's underneath this other book. I might start. I don't know. So I'm sitting here. I'm catching up with my soaps when I remember all those other books I talked about are great. But I also have the chapters to read for Noria's buddy read for later this afternoon. And I haven't done that yet. I've only read about 2 or 3 chapters of A Vision of Fire. So I need to do that. And by the way, the audio, listening to Gillian Anderson narrating her own book, is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So, yeah. I think I would like to get back to that. So I should read that before the live with Noria. And I can't believe I completely forgot about that. I completely forgot about A Vision of Fire. So I need to do that. I need to focus on that. After I focus on that, I'll then shift my focus to other things. I think I overloaded myself with way too many books. Again. It is November 10th. I'm just waiting for my car to warm up a little bit before I take off and head home. I just finished an all-day training for safety care, the second half. Did my test. Apparently it was all good. Open book, thank God. Overthink, like the first question, of course, always do. So I started thinking after checking a couple of my past video clips, what's been going on? Okay, so on that Saturday, I didn't read any of the things I said I was going to read, kind of, sort of. I did read a few chapters in the A Vision of Fire by Gillian Anderson. I'm having some thoughts. So as much as I am enjoying the narration of the voice, just the sound of the voice is very soothing, very calming. But even in the terrifying moments, it's very calming, and it's very strange that it's very calming, because those terrifying moments should be more terrifying, I think. But that being said, I didn't end up making it to Noria's Patreon buddy read or live because my sister texted me and told me that she was here and wanted to visit, so I ran up to give her a big old squeeze and spend some time with my sister. I did read the books. I also didn't read my Empire of the Dawn. I ended up instead spending the entire day yesterday reading 1984, which I'm going to give a 3.75 Blossom. It was an interesting read. It was worth the time that I spent doing it. I started thinking about the parallels of society today compared to what the author and the protagonist predicted for 1984. It is a little bit scary. I started thinking about how, cancel culture kind of reminds me of the thought police. I'm just going to say that. Yes, I did. And so, moving on from there, I am headed home. I'm going to put on some PJs after I take a nice, hot, relaxing shower with my jasmine and lavender. I think I need to relax and de-stress a little bit. And before I even get to my house, I just got a text and phone call from my husband. He must want me to pick up something last minute because I'm going to stop at the store and get dinner for us. That's all I have for now for an update. More later. Good evening. It is evening. It is November 14th. It's Friday. Thank God. I have been reading. I've been reading Wrath, an hour here, an hour there. And I just started The Strength of the Few by Islington. And I do have plans to start Empire of the Dawn. But I really think I want to finish these other books first and then jump into that, because I feel like once I start, I'm not going to want to put it down, and I still want to be able to have the other books. I think maybe my focus is going to be on those, and then Empire of the Dawn. It's so hard when you have all the books in front of you that you've been sort of anticipating, and I need to jump on these because the final book from the Sun Eater series is coming out before the end of the month, and I really, really want to dive into that when it's released. So many great books. I'm so happy right now with my reading. I'm really enjoying everything that I've read. So I am going to get a bite to eat because it's dinner time now, and then I'll get back to you later. It is the 15th of November, and I'm about to jump onto Noria's Patreon buddy read, and I told her that I kind of sort of read past chapter 18. In other words, I finished Visions of Fire, and I'm going to give Gillian Anderson's book 3 Blossoms. 3. It has an interesting story. It's a good story, and I can see where it's going, and kind of saw a little bit about what was kind of happening in the background as well as what might have happened in the past, kind of thing. Anyways, I kind of see where it's going, and I'm really not that interested in picking up book 2, sadly. Nope. So that's where I'm at with that. And of course, I've read past everybody else. So I'm about to go on and have a little visit online with Noria and try to explain myself. Also, I read a little bit of Wrath last night. It's in a little bag right now, and I'll pick that up again later. But I've also been reading The Strength of the Few this morning, so I've been enjoying that. So I want to get those out of the way, like I said, so that I can jump into Empire of the Dawn. So, yes, it's time to be reprimanded for reading past the chapters. More later. Good morning. It is November 16th. Yesterday, after I had my chat time with Noria on her Patreon, my husband and I decided to binge watch Dark Winds, so I didn't do any more reading. I am about halfway through Wrath, and I'm excited to jump back into that at some point today. I'm going to read some more of The Strength of the Few. But my husband and I binged the last half of season 3 of Dark Winds, as I was saying, and I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 popcorns. I kind of liked it more than he did this season, but I'm excited for the next season. But it's going to be a long wait. But as he and I both were like saying to each other, we're excited for Landman to be starting soon. And yeah, we're excited for the last half of November. I'm probably more excited than he is because it means that I get to start decorating the house for the holiday season, the winter holidays, and I'm excited for that. I'm excited for the books that are getting ready to come out. I have Shadows Upon Time that I'm excited for, but before I get to Shadows Upon Time, I'm hoping to at least finish Wrath and The Strength of the Few. So I want to be able to do that. I did read some more of The Strength of the Few yesterday, and I'm enjoying it. I like where it's going. And I can't say anything about it because it would be spoilery because of the way the book 1 ended. Yeah, it would give away too much. Let's see. I am excited for family time coming up for the second half of the month. I'm happy with the way the first part of the month kind of went. It felt long, but I think that was just the time change and all that. Today, my plans are to wrap this up, do some edit. I'm going to paint my nails. You can't see it. This is called Pat on the Black, but it's not really black. See, I don't know if you can see, it's purpley. It's purpley. It's a deep purple, and I'm going to put that on. It feels fall, so I'm going to put that on my fingers today. I've given my fingers a chance to breathe, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to probably go through some more of my clothes, get my sweaters out because it's sweater weather. And yeah, Pud is curled up next to me. You can't see him, but he's curled up next to me. Let me show you. Look, isn't he adorable? He spent most of the morning over there in the window watching the snow fall. It was just so cool to watch him watch the snow falling as dawn was coming. And he just spent like an hour over there just staring out the window, watching the snow fall. He was very relaxed. His little tail was just going bloop, bloop. I love it. I love it. I can't wait to finish Empire of the Dawn soon. I will be starting that. I want to get that out of the way. Might finish it before Shadows Upon Time by Christopher Rocchio comes out, but I'm not sure because it's okay. My books are, I'm not worried anymore about finishing books before the end of the month and doing monthly wrap-ups and all that. Because I'm just vlogging my reading as I go. It's just, this feels really comfortable. I'm glad I've made the change that I've made because it feels more natural for me just to sit here and chat with you about what I'm doing. But yeah, the first half of November is done. The second half of November has begun, and I am going to leave it here. So I would love to know down below what you've been doing, how you've started your month of November, if you've started any books for the month of November, if you're hoping to get them all done, or if you're like me, you're just going to let it go as it goes. If you're already got your winter clothes out, if you happen to be in the northern part of the hemisphere, or if you're someplace where maybe it's a little warmer and there's a lot less white falling. Let me know what's happening in your neck of the woods, per se. And yeah, Putty and I are signing off. And if you don't have anything to say, leave me a little blue heart down below to let me know that you are here. And until next time, bye.